Howdy, delicious anime fans. This is Two Top Anime. I'm yelling.
I'm gonna start the episode like that, and then put all the weird talk in after it.
Yeah, of course. So, thank you so much for showing up for another episode. We know things have been very delayed. We have been dealing with not only holidays, move-ins, as well as Discord issues, as well as intern strikes. So, thank you so much for being patient with us while we deal with all the technical difficulties, as well as...
Welcome to Two Tap, where we give our initial impressions on new and hot anime.
There it is.
What the hell?
Just interrupts the content spill mid-sentence.
Yeah,
you gotta love consistency in this anime. Our podcast is now an anime.
Hey, 12 episodes in, that's close to a season, right?
Hey.
Yeah. Most simulcasts
End of season. Let's take a break.
Yeah.
See you next year.
See you next year. So today we have two very special anime. We have Is It Wrong to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon, as well as Tonikawa Over the Moon for you. So, man, I kind of want to save Tonikawa for last because Jazz is pretty jazzed up about it.
Oh yeah,
I too am jazzed out about it.
I have my thoughts and processes about that anime, and so I guess we'll go ahead and start off with Is It Wrong to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon? Jazz, you have recently rewatched it again because we had taken such a long break since.
Oh yeah, we went on
Jazz.
vacation, so I had to watch it like right before recording this.
That's fine. It keeps it fresh in your head.
Right. So I'm gonna, of course, with the consistency's sake of this anime, I'm gonna go ahead and let you go first, buddy.
Let's get right into it.
Let's get right into it.
Thing?
Yeah, I'll read the
All right.
bio. Fine.
They're fine. The bio.
I'm just saying.
I know.
I'm just saying. Goddamn.
Goddamn. All right. So let's see here. Is It Wrong to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon? Is set in a world of Aurario, where adventurers band together to look for treasure in an underground labyrinth known as Dungeon. However, for Bell, fame and riches are secondary to what he wants to find the most: girls. He soon finds out, though, anything can happen in a dungeon, and winds up being the damsel in distress instead. So, yeah, go ahead, go right into it, Jazz.
That's a funny bio. I wouldn't say that's fully accurate, but I'll also say they're not wrong, right? But it's not exactly how the first two episodes play out per se. And so, going into it, I'm not sure if I had the right idea, or I don't think I had the wrong idea, is what I'm saying. But I didn't have exactly what they were going for in my head. So it's a little bit surprising, and it was entertaining to watch. I'll say this: he's obviously new at this, right? The opening scene was him running away from a minotaur, and then he gets saved by the girl. And so there was a little scene there. I wouldn't say anything unexpected happened there because, you know, he did get saved by the sword princess or whatever. And then he was like, oh my god, I want to marry her, that kind of thing. So, you know, you kind of expect that from an anime. I'd say more along of how... Go ahead.
Hate to interrupt immediately, but listen. Let me tell you, if you're in a dark cave, a minotaur is chasing you, and some girl shows up and protects and saves you, I'm just saying, like, I'd drop down right there and be like, you know what? In Tonikawa, like, fashion, you're my bride now. Like, I love you. Like, marry me, please. Like, I'm just saying. Please marry me.
No, I mean, being in this situation, I can't
ahead.
argue with that, right? Because, like, I think anyone realistically would react the same way. But also, that's very anime.
Of course.
It's expected at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So, moving forward, I like how they handled a lot of the things. If you look at it, an overview of the show, I wouldn't say anything about it is special. It doesn't stand out in any way, but like when you're in the scenes specifically, the way that they handle things really draws you in. And so I didn't feel anything for the guy. He's a weird main character. He's more or less like too nervous about everything, if that makes sense. And so doesn't handle things the best way. But as the first two episodes progress, he got his ability where he wanted to, become stronger. And that scene at the pub where he's getting dogged on, right? They don't even know he's there.
Yeah.
And he runs out crying. It's like I said, you know, the overview is kind of like, okay, yeah, I get that. But when you're watching it, it's more like, dude, screw that guy. I want to be level 100 and just to fight him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course. And he's not even that tough. The dude's like level 5 at most in this context.
Real quick,
We
right
gotta give
here,
context.
I gotta give you some context. The leveling is not like quick. Like most people are level 1, maybe level 2, and then once they hit like level 3 and up, they're like, okay, this guy's kind of serious, right? Like they make a big deal of the leveling.
Yeah, it's almost kind of like I know you guys don't play, but for reference and scale, it's kind of like D&D. Like D&D goes like to level 20. So like once you hit like level 3 and 5, that's when like you really start hitting like some really crazy. So I think it follows that same scale. I think for listeners who are familiar with D&D, I think that's a good scale to go off of, that the anime is like
fucking nerds.
But I mean, you're into what you're into. I like D&D, and I'm a nerd.
Right?
And not to mention, they're nerds because they're already on episode 12 of an anime podcast. Like, let's be real here. They're not going to be offended by that, Kenny.
And fucking nerds.
I'm offended,
but yeah,
have
continuing
they
along.
touched the girl in the last few months? No.
And honestly, I think that D&D scale is probably what
guys.
they're using for the show, because they said that the high level monsters that were running around that they had released were from the 17th floor. I remember them saying that much, and so it might be on a scale of 20, to be honest. But of course, we don't know that. We're only 2 episodes in. But the way that they handle things, like I said, overview, just looking at it all from the top, it's like, yes, it progresses exactly how you expect it to, but when you're in it, you feel it. And so, like, that scene where they're at the pub, he goes running out crying and everything, I was feeling it. I was like, you know what? I want him to level up. I want him to become stronger and fight that guy, because...
Because fuck that guy.
Yeah, basically. It was like, dang, dude. Dogging on a new adventure like that, and it happens everywhere. That's not a new experience, no matter what you're doing. So say, like, let's take League of Legends for example. You hop into a game of League of Legends, everyone's gonna start trashing you.
And you're like, bro, I'm trying to learn the game. I'm trying to have fun. I saw Ari, she's kind of cute, and I wanted to play her, but here I am being told, hey, bro, you suck. Get out of my game. You're trash. You're loser.
Like, people talking about why you in their lanes, why you killing the minions, and like, I don't even know what my role is. I just pick this character because he does things. Like, dang, dude, just
right?
That kind of thing. People are not friendly. People are very rude like that, and so this kind of thing isn't new. So when he's in that situation, I guess it's a very relative, I guess, because you can put yourself in those shoes and you can feel kind of what he's feeling, and so. Yeah, they did a good job at handling that part of the show. What else? As the show moves forward from there, you learn more about his familia. So it's just him and her.
Yeah.
And she's kind of like him too, where she's just starting out, or I don't know if she's just starting out, but she has nothing basically. And so they're both starting from ground zero, trying to progress upward from there. I like that about the show, right? Because you're not taking. I hate to keep referencing this one, but let's say Kirito, who shows up at the beginning of the show, level 100, swiping dudes because they can't even do any damage to him.
He just breathes on people and they explode.
Yeah, so that kind of thing really annoys me, and I'm glad that newer shows are moving away from that. Like we had, what was it, Slime, where the dude just has to learn everything. He has to learn how to walk, like that kind of thing. And I like that they do those things now, because it's definitely moving away from the Sword Art Online stuff that we don't like.
Like OP and male anime protagonist. Like just right up.
Fuck for Sword Art. It's all sucks. It all sucks.
And so, I'm glad, like, if this show was taken from anyone else's perspective, it wouldn't really be the same, because who we got is literally ground zero. You got Belle, who knows nothing, and you got, whatever her name is, who knows nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And so...
Yeah. It's a Greek god, Hestia, I think.
Yeah, that sounds
Hestia.
Right. Hestia.
Yeah, they're all based off of...
They're all like gods and goddesses, yeah.
Yeah, they're like all based off of real
Hestia.
mythologies.
She is...
I forget who all you meet in the first couple episodes.
Hestia...
Don't they have like a festival that they all meet?
Yes, they had a festival, Ganesha held it. It was Ganesha's festival.
Mm-hmm.
Smite coming in clutch with me knowing all these gods and goddesses.
Well,
Smite sucks.
there
Too.
were
Don't play Smite.
2 festivals, one for the gods and the other was for the people.
That's
yeah,
correct.
like
yeah.
that's what I meant. Like the gods, there was like a lot of gods that got introduced.
There was like Freya, Loki, Hestia, Hephaestus, like who else was there? I mean,
A bunch.
Ganesha.
A bunch.
I mentioned him before as well. So you can just based off of the first 2 episodes, you can get a good scale of like they're pulling from Hindu, Greek, Norse, like different like gods and mythologies and stuff like that.
Can't wait to see Anubis.
Yo, Goobus popping out of nowhere and being a. I expect Anubis to be a badass if they do show him. That'd be really cool. Also, Hephaestus can step on me. I mean, we saw it in episode 2, and I don't care, dude.
I was gonna
Kenny's
wait
mic.
to.
Okay, Kenny's mic cut out.
Am I? Do you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
He got too excited.
I was gonna.
Dude, he
Yeah, I
peeked.
did,
He
I
peeked.
did.
He's like,
No. Like, listen.
I mentioned
Listen,
him.
you fuck faces. All right. I was like, why the fuck is Hephaestus a woman in this show?
Yeah.
And then I was just like,
Why not?
Fuck it. I don't
Why
care.
not? No, why not?
It was like a real fleeting thought. It was like, wait, Hephaestus? That's like a dude. That's a
The god of
dude.
earth and fire. Yeah.
Like he's the Roman Vulcan.
Vulcan, yeah, or Greek Vulcan.
Or no, is whatever one of
Yeah.
the two, right?
Because Vulcan is
the
is Roman.
equivalent.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So it's like the other one, the Greek Vulcan. And I was just like, what the fuck? Why is she a woman? And then like. Literally 2 seconds passed, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm good with this.
I'm okay with this. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Kenny and I are in the same boat here. So, already answering the quick question, who's the best waifu, and that's it right there. I mean, for me at least. But we'll keep going.
I mean, we know nothing about anyone. If I had to
it doesn't matter.
pick from what
It
I
doesn't
know,
matter. Yeah, pick from what I know.
let's see.
Hephaestus had the eye patch.
Nah, dude.
The jacket came off, and like she pulled the book and like went into like rolled up those sleeves like to go work on that knife, and I was like, all right, I'm in.
Nah, best waifu is the girl that gave him lunch.
Oh,
I was thinking that it was between her and Hestia because I like how hard Hestia is
tavern
trying.
girl. Hestia's a really good waifu. Like I respect that choice, honestly. Like I see what the hype's about because she's literally everywhere. But the tavern girl, she was pretty dope too. Like the fact that she was just like, all right, give it your all. Here's your best. Here's your lunch, and I'm like.
He got bribed by her. He's like, here's a lunch. Come see us after work. And then gets fucking...
He's like, shit, I gotta come back here.
Yeah, not only that, he gets forced to pay for all these meals. And then gets fucking dogged on.
I'd be on Yelp the next day like, 1 star. Fuck this. I hate this place. This place sucks.
Straight up.
After you dine and dash.
Yeah, bro.
Go on, Jazz.
That's pretty much it. Like I enjoyed the show, so I will be continuing it. The thing is, like, I don't know. There's not a whole lot of good things to say. You know what I mean? Like, overall, just an overview of the whole show, it seems pretty normal. Nothing out of the ordinary. It's just when you're in those moments, watching those scenes, you feel it. It feels good. And I really want to see him progress. Where he went into the dungeon and they just kept coming out of the walls and stuff, I was like... Yeah, dude, kill all of them, dude. Level up as much as you can. It took me back to my RuneScape days where I was punching,
Punching
level
cows.
3 giant rats.
Punching cows,
Punching
bro.
cows. For all you fans out there, we our Discord server quite literally is named Punching Cows. So
because of RuneScape.
Our Discord, our
RuneScape.
Discord, like we used to have like Ashten's Discord server that we just kind of were like, yeah, fuck it, we're all in here, and then I somehow convinced everyone to play RuneScape with me. Like Jazz and I were already on the boat, but we got like everyone else, and so we had like a call, just like a group call called Punching Cows, and I was like, fuck it, let's make a server,
and then we just server hop to that.
And here we are, yeah.
It's got structure. It's got organization. We got like different voice channels. We got bots in here now. It's great. It's a thriving community, bro.
Yeah,
it is the Grand Exchange
podcast.
Punching Cows is going places.
It really is though. Now, so I'm gonna go ahead and hop into mine, Kenny. Off of Jazz's,
Go
like
for it.
I want to piggyback right off of that, and that's something that because I'm glad I had a lot of fun with this show. Mainly because like I mean I love the typical like fantasy anime, right?
Yeah.
fantasy anime as well as like slice of life. Those are two of my general, I would say, like comfort foods in terms of anime that I like to watch, right? But I mean, then you have at the top, like the 5-star meal for me is tournaments. Just like you throw a tournament in there, wham, I'm in, right? That's my Ruby Tuesdays or whatever. I've never been to Ruby Tuesdays.
Wait, hold on. Now that you bring that up, does Ruby Tuesday still exist?
Okay. Well, time to Google that.
I have not seen one since North Carolina.
There used to be a whole bunch here in Texas, but I haven't seen one in forever. Locations.
It's a good question. The closest one is
North Carolina.
I don't even. There's like 2 in like
Should we cut this out, or are we gonna use this?
San
content?
Antonio. No, we're leaving this in. This is content. There's only there are a total of 4 in the state of Texas, and 2 of them are in San Antonio. One of them is in Austin, and the other one. Oh, there's one in Houston.
Leave a comment if you guys like Ruby Tuesdays.
Ruby Tuesday sponsorship?
I used to like it.
I don't know. That was a saying apparently, and for some reason that just popped in my head. I've never eaten at a Ruby Tuesdays, but apparently that's my tournament arc. Comfort food. But regardless, that dumb joke aside, that completely went nowhere. I had a lot of fun with this, right? Because like, yeah, I could see why people don't like this. There's that a little over gratuitous like fan service in certain areas. It's this stereotypical fantasy. However, I think the really big strong point for this anime, and that Jazz had kind of touched on, was the MC. The main character is really relatable. Like, obviously, like that's the whole point of an MC, right? Is to be like relatable, or you can see like where they're coming from. He, she, they, them, it, he, her, whatever, right? You can see where they're coming from, right? And you can relate to them somewhat. But like, I don't know, I felt myself like really relating to this MC in certain moments, like a lot more than usual, right? And I thought they did a really good job of conveying like how a person would react in situations like that, right? So for instance, I think the biggest pivotal point, right, is the bar. So he's a young adventurer. He really wants to go deep in this world of adventuring. He really wants to find someone special for him. So he's like, all right, well, I want to find someone strong and meaningful. So what does he do? He fucking goes to like level 5 and immediately gets way in over his head, and is trying to leave and escape and gets saved. So he immediately falls in love with that girl because she saved him, right? That makes sense. Now the bar scene is another pivotal moment, right? Because he's like, all right, well, because generally at this point, this main character's like just done good things just for the sake of doing them, right? And he goes to this bar and he's having a good time, and all of a sudden, not only is like the girl there, but it's like her party, and this one dude is specifically just like roasting him, and like everyone's laughing at this, at this one character that they've all heard about, but they have no idea that he's sitting right there at the counter. And like everyone's like just dogpiling in, and he's just sitting there like, fuck, right? And he's just like having to like slowly take it at first, and then all of a sudden it just kind of builds up, and he just gets up and he's upset and he leaves, and he uses that anger to just immediately go into the dungeon, back into the dungeon. He's like, man, fuck them, fuck this, I'm upset, like I want to get stronger because I don't want assholes like that saying shit to me, like. And he just starts going in. He spends like literally all night just in that level or in the dungeon just grinding, like just pure, and you just like relate to it because you feel for him, man. Like I think they do a lot of really good moments where you sympathize with this main character because he's just doing his best, he's trying, and you're like, you feel for him. I think that's just the biggest impact, is you just feel for Belle. Not to mention you also feel for Hestia too, because you when they had the party with all the different gods and stuff, right? You could see like they all had prestige. Everyone would walk in and they immediately were recognized. They had like a bunch of followers that they were even recognized for having followed them for, right? Meanwhile,
she was
Hestia's
stocking up on food.
She was just like literally, she was legit at the dinner table, like trying to like she brought Tupperware, bro. Like this bitch was like, like this is the best food I'm gonna get in weeks, like shit. So and then she's like legit like making a spectacle out of asking for quite literally a favor. She's like, I just want one favor and that's it. I will never ask for anything again. I just want a weapon for the one person who I can't do anything for. and it's you feel for Hestia in those moments, and you feel for Belle, and like you really root for them. I think that's the main thing, is you really want to like see these two do well, and that's a major reason why I want to continue the show. I mean, the waifu bait is there. The plot, the plot is pretty straightforward, right? Like, you want to see him. You want to see this family grow. You want to see what new members. They already start teasing them in the intro and outro, right? But by the way, for you guys, they're okay. They're no
yeah,
bangers.
they're super mad.
They're super
Nothing
like it's
special.
very it's very meh. No, nothing super superb. What sucks. I mean, nothing has really kind of stood out to me in terms of like intros. This simulcast season, or just in general, since we started
You're
watching.
not watching Haikyuu, dude.
Haikyuu has got some pretty bangers, but like I'm just saying, like I think I don't know. I also really like the art style. I also like just the character design for a lot of these characters.
Yeah.
Can I get an agreement on that? Because like
I agree.
I feel like the MC. I don't know. I like the MC like the way he looks. I find his aesthetic really cool. I find all the gods and goddesses like Freya and Loki and Hephaestus and even Ganesh. Ganesh was kind of cool. It was like a kind of toga party looking, with the elephant mask and stuff, right? I just thought that the character design was really cool.
They do look. I don't know what it is about the show, but like their vibrant colors and everything does look really good. And I just want to say this: I don't usually like feel this way when watching anime, but they brought in like the dark colored females, and I was like, ooh. You know what I'm talking about?
In terms of skin tone, there's a limited palette in terms of anime, and I like to see when they go into
Well, if you like those women, I just keep watching, I guess.
So the art style, the art style. Not to mention, they also do like some pretty interesting character and world building with like Freya. So like Freya, like on the one hand, is like, yay, everyone loves her, and then like she's like doing shady deals with Loki, like in a cafe with like a hoodie on, and like making sure people don't see her, and you're like, what's going on here? So like they kind of hint at things like that, and then she like releases a monster into the village, and you're like, what the fuck, right? Like this is supposed to be a super, so it kind of feeds curiosity into that, and I don't know, man, like I'm invested. I really want to watch this. I'm having a good time, and it's got 3 seasons, so like I feel like I'm gonna have something to watch.
Right, it did something right. It's got 3 seasons.
It's got 3 seasons, and like I could see why people don't like this. It can be it looks a little generic, but I'd say at least give it a chance. Give it a chance. And if you're into fantasy worlds and stuff like that, I feel like you'll have a good time. But if you're not into that, I don't think this is going to be for you. I think that's all I really need to say about this anime, because this anime is just pretty straightforward, and I like it.
To add to what you're saying, because I like pretty much everything you said, I agree with 100%. The areas where they were a little too fan servicey, they don't go overboard with it, right? It doesn't make the show, and so I like that. It's okay to like insert it here or there, because I'm sure someone somewhere is going to be like, "Ooh, that was nice," but it doesn't take away from the show, and so I don't have a problem with it. Also, the way you described how they portray the MC, or like his family, right? The MC and his goddess, how you just like really feel for them, how you relate to them. It does that better than the majority of shows. And so, like, just to give an example, right? You can be watching an anime, and the MC wants something. You know what he wants because he tells you in his head 1,000 bajillion times. We'll use Deku as an example. Boku no Hero.
I want to be All Might.
Save every single person in the universe and like that kind of stuff.
For
like,
some reason, we reference that show a lot.
He's just rambling on, and I'm just like, dude, like I get you, right? I know what you want. I know how you feel about this, and I'm just like, okay, man, you can stop crying about it. Just go out there and do it. Like something like that. If I just feel like disconnected from the MC, I'm done. There's no way for me to enjoy it. You know what I mean? Well, that's an exaggeration. Obviously, I can enjoy it without liking the MC. It's just that's a big part of the show, and so like what this show does, because it's nothing special. I'm talking about picking up girls in a dungeon now. What this show does, although not being anything special, it really does connect with you and makes you want to keep watching it. You know what I mean? And that's
I
why
can't-
I'm going to
yeah.
continue. I can't say anything good about the show, but I am going to watch it because I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, it's really weird because it's a conundrum, right? Because it's like everything else is like very generic and to the bones, like anime, right?
Mm-hmm.
But for some reason, it's just like they put like a topping on the dish, right? That just made it really superb. I don't know what it is, bro. But we know what it is. It's the the fact that you really empathize and you want to root for these characters to do well. Now, we shit a lot on My Hero. I enjoy My Hero. I think the side characters really carry that show too. I mean, I like Deku. Deku has his moments, but like overall, like, but I like what Kenny doesn't. I don't care. I mean, that's fine. And if someone says they don't like My Hero, I respect that opinion because like I can see why. As a fan of My Hero, I think the being part of a fan of My Hero is also realizing how bad it is at times. But
so I'll say this. I'll tell you what the special ingredient is.
What's that, man?
It's fucking crack, man.
You just sprinkle
like,
a little bit
so,
of cocaine.
but like, so here's my take on picking
Girls.
up girls.
Yeah,
in
go
a
right ahead,
dungeon,
man.
right?
I'm finished.
Right. One, it is not wrong to do so, as long as they're cool with it, right?
Absolutely.
If they shut you down, then just fucking hold that and move on. Go
Is
to
it
the
wrong
next
to
floor.
consensually pick up girls in a dungeon?
Right. With consent, it is good. It is fine. There's nothing wrong with it. But if she's like knocked out and you're just like, ooh, don't do that. Don't do that. So one thing that I do want to say is there's nothing like crazy good about it, like you guys have mentioned. But it's like hearing somebody play a song, right? Like, or make a cover of a song, right? They might not be like the greatest guitarist or pianist or whatever instrument they're doing, but sometimes they just hit the notes just right. They hit those notes just like, I felt that. That was good.
They add their own little originality to it.
They have their little flavor to it, and you're just like, yeah, I can enjoy this. I can appreciate this cover. I may even like and subscribe to this person to hear more covers, right? And I think that's what we're doing here. I think we're liking and subscribing to the show to watch more, to see where it goes, to see if our support of the show goes further, right? Mm-hmm. Maybe the show gets better, right? Like, obviously, in the intro and outros, it does show that he gets more allies. So how does the show go about that? How do they meet? What do they do together? What are their adventures like? So, and obviously on the second episode, it ended on a fucking cliffhanger. Like, there's a goddamn monster rampaging through the village.
Yeah.
and Belle just like, hey, Hestia, fuck out of here. I got things to do.
Yeah.
I gotta go be a man. I gotta go win back my honor.
Right? It's you see the struggles that he goes through, and you get why he's doing what he's doing, right? And you're just like, you feel for both of them, right? Because you're like, fuck, she wants you to do better. Fuck, she doesn't want you to die. But also you like, oh, I see why you want to like throw yourself out there and make sure that she's okay. So like it's moments like that are really awesome.
Belle, for better or worse, is a good guy. He's 100% a good guy. There's no swaying him to the dark side. He's just very steadfast in his beliefs and his values, and he cares very much. Like he's shown it already how much he cares about Hestia. Like how much appreciative of him of her he is. So he won't. I don't think he'll ever sway from that. He's very steadfast, and for better or worse, I'm sure that like right now it's like pretty shitty because he's trying to protect her and he's like a weak little dude,
level 1
right?
noob, yeah.
Yeah, he's a fucking level 1 noob, trying to fight this huge monster that just got released by potentially an antagonist in the show. Mm-hmm. So yeah. Also, I do like a lot of their designs.
The white hair, red eyes. I don't know. That just to me, it looked cool. It looked really cool.
It does look cool. It does look cool. I like his armor when he's in the dungeon.
Yeah, that little chest plate that he's got.
Yeah, that looks pretty cool. It looks fucking sleek as shit. And I do like a lot of the characters that we've seen so far, how they're designed. It's just like they look like really well thought out. Like there was effort into it. It's not just like, oh, we're just gonna make her orange and then I'm gonna make her blue or something, right?
Yeah.
It's like there's actual some thought onto these other characters, even if we don't see them for more than like a minute or two.
You see, like the tavern people, even some of the characters and that had like walked in there, even like the background characters, they looked really cool, like the adventurers' clothes and stuff. So like you had like the half human, half like animal hybrid people that were really cool looking too. We also got to see like casual Belle, we got to see adventurer Belle, and we got to see like semi kind of like dressed up Belle, because he like he didn't like walk into the bar like looking like a total scrub, right? Like he kind of like put on something nice and walked in there, and then
he took
I
a
thought
shower
that was
before going.
yeah, like I thought that was really cool, right? Because it also showed you how pissed off he was, right? Because he didn't go, because we mentioned like the chest plate, right? Like right after the bar, like he was just so upset. He ran straight into the dungeon. Dude's like in like a semi like a button, like a nice shirt, bro. Like he just went straight in there, and like it's all tattered up, and he's like fighting people in this like outfit and stuff. I'm like, this is like get that, but we also see like Hestia like kind of dress up as much as she can, for that, gathering of all the gods and goddesses and whatnot, right? So that was really cool.
I have a question real quick, because
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it was just my understanding or if it wasn't explained very well. But his ability, is that unique to him, or is that Hestia's ability for the family?
It's unique to him. So it's like unique to his stat level up. So I'm glad that you talked about that, because that's like the thing. So it puts Hestia in a weird spot, right? So his skill is whenever he is in love, he gains like a quick level up, or like a stat like a grow.
Like he gets like experience growth.
Yeah, like a lot. Like his stats will
like
come
a bonus
faster. Yeah,
experience
and his like so like he barely got cut when he went in the dungeon, right? His HP jumped up like 20 points, right?
Okay.
He's like, what the heck? That's never happened before. So it's like a quick growth. That's what it was, quick growth. So the thing is that, like, if she tells him that, it might fuck that up.
Mm-hmm.
So she had to like kind of hide it from him, because she understood what it was, and she didn't want to like. She's like, I see that he really wants to grow and he really wants to get stronger, but like if I tell him, it might ruin that. But also like she was kind of jealous too, because she's like, what the heck, like like you think that he would be motivated with me, but it's not. It's with this other girl. So she's upset about that. We see like the little bit of a jealousy there, right?
Yeah.
So like she's kind of hiding that from him. So that's his skill. His skill is when he's super concentrated on one thing, aka like being in love or with this girl, right, or trying to get stronger for this girl. His XP and stats boost exponentially.
Okay, so the question now then is, what is the family buff, or does she not have one yet?
So wait, one thing here. I think you guys are getting a little confused. I don't think that's a unique skill to just him. I think that's just a skill that comes up in unique situations.
Yeah. Okay.
So I think anybody can have that skill. It's just it only comes up in like very set parameters. Like she knew what it was as soon as she read it and saw it. She was like, oh, "It's this," and then like kind of explained it like internally so that we, the audience, could understand what it was. But like I think anyone could have it. It's just in the current story, Belle has it.
The thing that gods can offer.
I don't even know. Yeah, I don't even think
they can offer blessings. They can offer like the ability to to like upgrade your stats, as well as they can I think give you the access to use magic.
Yeah, so I don't exactly know what I don't think it, because all right, like full disclosure, right? I've watched a ton of it already, right? I don't think it ever explains exactly what the gods grant to
they
their
mentioned it, and
adventurers. They mention it, but they never go real into it. Like this is exactly what it does for our adventurers, for the people in our familia. It just is like,
gotcha.
You're my child. You fight for my name.
It's like a prestige. It's kind of like its own guild.
I wanted to see what the
guilds.
family buff
They're
is.
guilds.
That's what I wanted to see.
I don't think there is a family buff.
Yeah, I think
it's more like, cause like again, you'll meet like a ton more gods. There's gods that that haven't even been introduced, or they have been introduced, but they haven't even really like shown what their guilds, their familias can do.
Yeah, I think the best way to describe it is everyone has their own individual skills. No god or goddess will give them a specific one catered to them. Just being a part of like a familia is like joining a guild and specifically like alliancing yourself to that guild.
The way I can see it, Jazz, the gods themselves really can't do any of the fighting, so they just like mercy boost their adventurers.
Yeah, that's a good way to put
it. That's the only way. Like the easiest metaphor I can give you. Just they can mercy boost their guys. They're the in like RPGs and raids. They're not the ones that are doing damage. They're the ones that are just skill boosting everyone else.
Yeah, if you guys want to further explain it in the comments on YouTube, or if you guys want to add us on Twitter or whatever, if you really want to fully explain it, because if like we're smooth brain as hell and miss something, go right ahead. We do read the comments. We're gonna have a special OVA episode just for somebody in the comments. So shout out to them. We've already explained that, and we're gonna explain that in the opening of that episode, as well as we've already explained in the previous episode. So, yeah. I think we're good. Are we all wrapped up here on Is It Wrong to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon?
Yeah, I mean, I said everything I needed to say. As long as you guys are finished, like I have a positive view of it, and it seems like everyone else does too. So I'm glad we found something that we all enjoy. Even though it didn't stand out, we still enjoyed it.
Right.
Yeah. It's not something that I'm not gonna. It's not like Haikyuu where I'm just like, Jazz, fucking watch it, right? Or Jazz is like choking me, like, why haven't you watched it yet? Right?
Yeah, the Sasuke pinned up against the wall meme, like the
watch Haikyuu.
Yeah,
you lack Haikyuu, Sasuke.
I'm not gonna go out of my way to recommend the show to anyone, but it is a decent show. It's pretty good. Like it's something for everyone there.
You know what? I'm not gonna recommend. I'm gonna continue it, but what I will recommend is for all you people to Google image search Hephaestus from Is It Wrong to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon, and to understand why I am immediately joining that familia.
Ashton's not even gonna be an adventurer. He's just gonna be a fucking skiller.
Bro,
he's just gonna be in RuneScape, just fucking hammering away.
Hey, don't lie. You did that too. Don't lie.
I love it. What are you talking about?
Hephaestus could have me carrying nails for the rest of my life. I'd be glad to do it, bro. Like, I don't care. I don't care. All right. All right, well, we'll go into our ad break and then go into our second anime. Ad break!
Not a single ad can stand up to this.
We'll do a live read right now.
we should do a live read on one of these. That's great.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and pop into Tonikawa Over the Moon. So I'm going to go ahead and read this. Over the Moon for You. Sorry, I wanted to make sure I get the full title in there.
Yeah, get it right. You better put respect on this show.
All right. So Nasa Uzaki falls in love at first sight when he sees after an encounter with the mysterious Tsukasa. When Nasa earnestly confesses his feelings, she replies, "I'll date you, but only if we're married." Nasa and Tsukasa's cute and precious newlywed life of love is about to begin. So that is as accurate of a description as potentially possible. Jazz is really jazzed up about this anime. He's already caught up and continued, so we would, as much as we would like to start with him and keep up with the show's tradition, we are not going to start off with him. We're just going to let Jazz show up at the very end and say, "Hey, watch this anime," right? Mm-hmm. So I'm going to go into this, and I'm going to have the reaction that you two are going to be really surprised with. And that is, I liked it. It was cute. It was wholesome.
Kick him.
I enjoyed it.
Nope, get him out.
But for some reason, like,
get him out.
I think I kind of got what I wanted out of it.
That's fair. Honestly, that's
like,
pretty fair.
I think I got what I wanted out of it. Like, it's kind of weird, right? So obviously, so this kid is named NASA. He gets picked on his entire life for being named after the space program. So he tries really hard to just like
become something.
So, he becomes a studious little kid. He's walking home like, man, I'm the greatest. And he sees this cute girl in the snow, and he's like, damn, I can't let this go. Like, I gotta talk to this girl. And he blindly walks into the street to go talk to this girl, and she takes a dump truck for this boy, and she gets hit by it, and she takes most of the impact, and somehow he gets end up hurt more than she is, and he finds the will to keep having this conversation with her, and a proposal somehow comes out of it, and he wakes up from his long coma, and moves on with his daily life, and she just shows up at his doorstep like, all right, let's get married. You agreed, like, and you're like, wait, what? I think the something that I really liked about this show is that, like, we in a weird way are like NASA. We're kind of like, what? Like, he's kind of like a vessel for like our emotions and like how we feel in this situation, right? Because he has all these questions, and he asks the same ones to himself that we are asking to ourselves, like, why is she here? How did she find out my address? This is kind of cute. Like, what's going on? Like, she wants me to sign here. This is kind of a bad idea. And then, like, she smiles at him, and then, like, we all have the same reaction, like, bro, sign those papers. He's like, I'm signing these papers. It's like, it's really cute and wholesome, right? Like, I don't know, and it's great. I enjoy it. I'm having a good time. These cute interactions are just they're wonderful, right? And I'm enjoying everything about it. However, so let's throw out Kenny. I'm gonna kind of relate to you in this situation, right? So
Sure.
let's throw out Kazuya-sama Love is War, right?
Sure.
So
Kaguya,
I
right?
love, huh?
Kaguya?
Kaguya.
Yeah, that's what it is. My bad. I messed up.
Kazuya's from Rent-A-Girl.
Yeah, Renegade. My bad.
We don't like her.
Yeah, we don't like him.
I mean,
So, but anyway, but Love is War, right? So Kenny, I really enjoyed it. Kenny didn't because it got very formulaic, right?
yes.
He's like, I got what I wanted out of it. It follows this formula. It's funny. I understand that these moments are kind of funny, but like, I kind of really don't see this going anywhere.
Yes.
So like, that's the weird part for me, right? Because like at the end of episode 2, it kind of wrapped up to get that these two are really happy together, and they're gonna work in these weird scenarios of like learning about who and what they are, and be a married couple, right? Like, the raid boss was defeated episode 1. They got married. So like, it's really weird for me, right? Because like, I'm torn, right? Because am I compelled to continue? No. But
Yes.
did I have a good time? Yes.
Also, yes.
So
I would
kinda-
agree with you. Like, it is formulaic. That feeling that you get from episode 1, it's the exact same thing through every single episode, just in new scenarios. And so, like, I have to agree with you. It is formulaic, but I thrive on that feeling, and so that's why I have to keep watching it.
Yeah. See, like,
Hey,
because
that's
like,
fine,
here's
that's
the
fair.
thing. Here's the thing, right? Because like, from me, like, when I throw out that, like, Love is War, right? For me, I knew it was formulaic. I knew it wasn't gonna go anywhere. I knew it's just the same conflict, different scenarios, right? But for me, I was able to work with it. But when Kenny brought that up, I was like, yeah, I can see why someone would not like this. It still doesn't take away from me enjoying it, but I can see why someone else doesn't like want to continue this, right? Because like, if you watch like 6 episodes of Love is War, you've probably watched all of season 1 and season 2. Let's be real here. You just miss out on a funny set of jokes. Like, that's really about it. But like, are you really missing out though? Because at a point, it's like Scooby Doo. Like, who's the bad guy? It was Old Man Rivers. Like, you get what you get out of watching Scooby Doo after watching maybe like 20 or so episodes, and the compelling will to keep watching this for me isn't there. But for me to say it's bad, no, it's not. It's wholesome. It's funny as hell. I'm also kind of torn on the art. So in certain sections, like, the animation in some of the art is like really good, and like, I see why they're going for that art style. And then in some situations, it's kind of like, it takes me out of it. I'm not saying it's bad, but it's not like to my preference. You know what I mean? It takes me a little bit to kind of get into. But overall, I think you guys, like, if you're really into like romance, if you're really into like slice of life, if you're really into like funny comedy situations, then yeah, this is definitely something for you. to me, I'm probably gonna like to say I'm gonna continue this is false because like I'm not like scratching my neck like I need to get this next episode. I need to get this next episode of Tonikawa, right? But
Ban him.
That's me.
if I'm not doing anything and I'm in a wholesome mood and I want to watch a couple struggle to, find if it's okay to hold each other's hands, if it's opportune time to hold each other's hands and like them make a big deal out of it.
All you can grab.
All you can grab, buffet, right, of hand holding. Like to say that those first 2 episodes weren't sweet and that I had a good time, that's a lot. I had such a good time with these. Like it was so great to watch, NASA and as well as
Tsukasa.
Oh my god. Yeah, Tsukasa. Just like the chemistry is there, surprisingly, even though they just met. The moments are really great. Him going on a date with her at 3 a.m. in the morning to buy all these, toiletries and stuff that she needs to live with him now. Those are really great. But to me, I was able to catch up on catch the formula like a little early on, and with like big shows like Golden Kamuy as well as Dungeon, I really want to continue those, and I want Tonikawa to build up some episodes. That way, like every now and then, I can just go back to Tonikawa and be like, all right, I can, kind of lean the chair back and like, all right, I'm here to feel wholesome. Let me watch a couple episodes of Tonikawa and then like get my fill out of it, and then come back whenever I need to. That's how I feel about Tonikawa. That's it.
That's fair. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
No, absolutely. Yeah. I enjoyed it, man. And I think a lot of people really will enjoy it too. I just think that for me, I just would have to take it in doses. I would have to like, when I'm in the mood for it, or, like I go back to it. Because I really don't have a drive to keep continuing to watch it. Because there's no like superb conflict. They don't like, things aren't awkward around them, or, cause I know that they're going to be a loving and awesome couple because they've already shown it, in these first few episodes, and it's going to be great to see them grow even more as a couple, right? But like, I don't know, there's no like supreme weird awkward conflict that they're going through or to keep me kind of like hooked, right? So yeah, Kenny, go ahead, Ben, go right ahead.
All right. first and foremost, I really like the intro. That's a
yeah
song.
That intro,
that was a dope song.
I completely forgot about that intro. This was the one. This was the one to break the spell of like meh intros that we've gotten, because that intro that fucking went in.
Yeah, like the first few notes, I was like, okay, it's gonna be this sort of song, and then it just kept going up, and I was like,
it's like a roller coaster, bro. It's like what? She turns into Rock God. She like kind of like slowly eases you in with her voice, and then like the tempo kind of keeps picking up, and then it just keeps picking up, and then
and so that there's a reason why I brought that up like right from the start, right? Because the show kind of has that kind of ramp up. Like it's just these little moments here, right? The dude got hit by a truck, whatever. That's no big deal. He's a goddamn champion of the universe, though. He had 2 broken legs standing up to ask this girl out. And then he's just like, wait, I can't move anymore. And the girl's just like, oh, yeah, your legs were broken. I'm pretty sure the adrenaline just wore off. And he's like, oh.
And then he just like collapses. And he's like,
a damn champion.
No,
champion.
This guy, NASA is an absolute unit. Oh, Jazz, we're losing Jazz to the. He's going to the Matrix. He's become one with the digital universe.
I'm sorry.
He's reached singularity,
bro. He's being summoned to the Digiverse.
I'm so sorry.
No, he's Yugi's Moto grandpa. Like when he got sucked into Maximilian's TV, like Yugi.
I'm gonna have to watch the video to see what you guys are seeing.
Bro, it's a fucking mess, dude.
It's just getting worse. Jazz. Oh my god, he's moving.
Yo, let's go to Zoom, he said.
Oh no, dude.
I can only imagine the video quality if we went to Zoom.
Holy shit. Alright, hold on.
This boy is mauling.
Hold on. Jazz, I'm gonna pause the recording real quick.
Not the audio or anything. Just,
for the video.
Yeah, just the video. Holy shit, dude.
All right.
He looks like a sky. He looks like the night sky. Or like a... Okay,
he's back!
He's back. And just like that, he's back, ladies and gentlemen.
He came back in like 30 seconds. Yeah, I don't know what he did. That shit was funny.
This room got
dude.
hot. I was laughing so hard.
When you see that, Chaz, dude, you know what it was? You know how like when you're watching like a VCR, like a VHS tape. Oh God, we're old, and
Yeah.
it's just like it's just so fucking dated that it just like shakes
Mhm.
and just like becomes completely unwatchable.
Like the scan
That's
lines of the CRT are kind of like warping the fucking video.
yeah. It just like it's like normal and it's like and it's just terrible. It's just discolored and it's static and
Yeah.
everything. Jazz, that's what it was.
My tape got warped.
Yeah, your
Have you
tape
guys
got warped.
hold on? Have you guys done that before? Like with complete tangent. Like, have you watched a VHS so much that you warped the tape?
Yeah.
Okay.
100%.
Because like, I mean, I've done that before. Like, I remember vividly because it was like a compilation like cartoon like fucking mixtape that my parents had made from like their own recordings. Yeah, that's fucking crazy, right? So they would tape like individual segments of like cartoons and stuff, and we had this one master tape for it.
Wow.
Right? And then we would watch all of it in one sequence. But we had watched that sequence so many fucking times that like certain sections of the cartoons would just be so fucking warped and shit. We would know to skip. Okay, when it gets to the Winnie the Pooh segment, skip it because it's fucked up. Like, Jesus. All right. Anyway,
Wow.
yeah, that's a good time.
That's what happened. To reel it back into anime universe, that's what happened to my Pokemon the first movie VHS.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I watched the shit out of it. Not only did I watch the shit out of it, my VCR had like a frame by frame like button. And I don't know why, but I was just like a curious kid that would just be like each frame.
Dude, I've done that too. I've done that.
Well, all right, here we go. Where did I leave off? So he shot his shot. He asked her to marry her. He asked for the marriage and then passes out. Like frame one, asked to marry. She says yes, passes out.
He's like, all right,
Loved
cool,
it.
mission accomplished.
Clutched.
Boom, guy's out.
You see, and there's something I like about this kid, right? He follows in the feeder philosophy that he just fucking runs it down mid, and if he gets ran over by a truck, so be it.
This dude, quite literally, is the absolute embodiment of run it down mid. Shooters,
Yeah.
shoot. Go, like, don't let your dreams be dreams. Like,
Yeah.
this
Like, I
motherfucker
literally-
is out there.
Like,
Respect
I
him.
literally wrote in my notes that people that run shit down mid are my favorite, right? Because I don't need scaredy cats. I don't want scaredy cats. It's okay if you're nervous. It's okay to be nervous. But you gotta commit. You gotta fucking send it. You gotta do it.
Send it.
And then and I mean, like that's basically the whole first episode, isn't it? It's just like him like talking about like his weird fucking name that his parents gave him, and how he's like trying to be better to overcome his weird name. Like, I'm gonna make you guys respect me and my name. And then he sees a cute girl down the street, and he's just like, "That's her."
I'm in. So
I'm in 8th grade, and I'm gonna go fucking ask her
well,
out.
he was in high school.
No, he was. Well, I don't know. So he
Yeah,
was like,
that's right. He was going into
exams
yeah,
for high
yeah,
school.
yeah.
so I get so equivalent to us 8th grade. I'm sure theirs is like 9th grade, but
They only go to
So-
high school for 3 years.
yeah.
So,
So like, but like he was already like he was like doing like studying for like high school exams and shit. And he was like aiming for like one of the best schools in the country or some shit.
he's like 3%.
And yeah, and then he was just like, you see, and as all men tend to do, as soon as you see a woman, it's just like, I don't care about any of that.
Head empty, look both ways across the street. Fuck that, dude. Nah.
Safety, my future, don't.
So,
But just runs it. He's just like, fuck it, I'm out of here. I'm going to do one thing and one thing only. It's ask this girl out. And then he gets ran over by a truck. He wakes up. He's like, you girl.
me, marriage now. Yes, hell yeah,
He was
dies.
not about to pass out. He just kept fighting through it.
Yeah, he literally he's just like, all of my willpower, I'm putting it into asking her out.
So,
And he wasn't like creepy about it, which is the great thing, right? Like, you know, sometimes it comes across kind of weird, and you're just like, oh, I don't know, it's kind of weird even for an anime. But this one was just like, oh, pretty nice.
It was kind of wholesome. It was weird because like something like this like should have been weird, and at first it kind of was, but like he wasn't weird about it, which is it felt natural. I think that's like a really good word that I would use for it. Like it felt natural given the circumstance of this like events that have happened. It seemed pretty natural, right? Yeah.
And then I mean, it's just, and then the second episode was just kind of them like get the actual marriage, right? Like they're like, oh, explaining the whole fucking deal, which is you fill out this fucking form, and then we go turn it into the government, and then we get married. And the dude was like, it's like fucking 8 p.m. What government entity is open at 8 p.m.? And she's like, oh, I know a place. And they just like walk over to the goddamn office and turn in the registration. And they're just like, we're married.
They had a shotgun wedding. Yeah, and then the guy was like, here's your plant. Like, here's your wedding plant. Like, yeah. Congratulations.
Like, oh, nice. And then they go back home, and he's like, oh, fuck. Where's she going to sleep? Not in my little twin-size bed, right? That'd be great, but no, I doubt she will. So they go to the store to get her like a fucking futon, and it's great.
It's all these cute little interactions and moments of like it's weird, right? Because like they've skipped to the raid boss, but like they're still level 1, so like it's
they just speed ran it, bro. They just like fucking clip through the wall, and they're on the next.
So they have now like. They're now level 50. They are now level 50, and they're now they're doing like tutorial island like quests, and they're just kind of like running through them really easily, and it's great. It's
They bought a boosted account. What do you want me to tell you? But there's one line in particular that I wanted to highlight here, which is something he said like in his head. I guess he thought it.
In his inner monologue,
Yeah, his inner monologue. He was like, holding is pretty good, but getting held is even better.
Yo, a man, an absolute man.
And I was just like, dude, truer words have never been spoken, bro. Like, it's not, I mean, it feels cool, you know, like, I got this girl, I'm the big spoon. Yeah, I'm the big spoon. Big, manly, big spoon, right? But when you're the little spoon, when you're the one being held, you're just like, I am a marshmallow melting away in this wonderful person's arms.
Listen, if you're a man out there and you're too above being the little spoon, you are missing out on a world of opportunity. You are actually less of a man. You are less of a human being. You are less of an entity in my eyes. You have never experienced life until you've been the little spoon. I'm just saying.
I want to be a marshmallow and a cup of hot chocolate.
That's how it feels, man, when you're being held.
You know, like the peepo comfy, like the fucking. That's it. That's it, bro.
You'll never feel safer in your life.
You won't.
Any worries, doubts, concerns that you would have had just are gone. Like, who needs drugs? Who needs anything, right? I just need water and to be held.
Hydration, love. That's it.
I guess food.
I guess anime.
Sustenance. No, God no. Anime can suck a dick compared to fucking getting held, man. Yeah, if I can get held,
I'll drink to that.
yeah, brother. Hell yeah, brother. I almost choked on the water.
Also, I'm not drinking this Pepsi by choice. This is whatever this terrible campus enforces on me. So.
Dude, you've been drinking a lot of Pepsi lately, bro. I don't know. You've been switching up on us.
There goes our Coke sponsor.
I haven't been able to see you.
I literally go out of my way to purchase Coke like off campus just so I can like drink it in the comfort of my home or my dorm. But,
well, I made a funny joke. I took my glasses off.
I was laughing at you, Kenny, but you didn't see me.
I couldn't see you.
We saw you frame by frame laughing at him.
No, I mean I literally couldn't see.
Oh, he had his glasses off. Okay, cool.
Yeah, the joke was I took my glasses off. It was like I haven't been able to see you in the same way.
So,
but yeah, I mean the show is great. He even got his fucking blanket jacked somehow. Mm-hmm. That was like that's great. Have you ever slept with a girl like and they steal your blanket? It's fucking hilarious. You're just like, what do I do?
Well, you kind of throw your hands up and say, "Fuck me," I guess.
Right. Like I purposely bought 2 blankets so this wouldn't happen. and it happened, and I couldn't do anything but laugh.
It's funny as hell, man. Like it's wholesome. It's funny. These character chemistry is great.
Jazz,
I love it. Please watch it.
all right,
No,
that's what we'll
there-
be
there-
doing.
Here'd be my suggestion, right? Like, I'm glad you enjoyed it, Ash, and I know Kenny's gonna continue, so I don't have to convince him or anything. But I would say watch either. I think it's probably the 4th episode, but there's an official proposal, and it made my heart melt. So at least watch to that point.
Okay,
Wow,
so like
spoilers.
here's the thing, right? Like, cause I'm gonna continue it, but like it's intermittent, right? Cause like I have other shows that I want to like get to, and I'm gonna talk about them when we get to the continuation or the spoiler alert, right? But those are kind of like in the priority of things right now. For me personally, it would probably be like Golden Kamuy, Dungeon, and then it's gonna be Tonikawa, right? I kind of want Tonikawa to build up some episodes. I kind of know the formula. I mean, like in a way, right? I kind of caught on to that. That doesn't mean I don't like it. I'm gonna watch it intermittently. Like if I'm gonna watch it, I'm gonna watch like maybe 1 or 2 episodes. Wait a while. Like, oh, let me see how Tonikawa's cooking, right? And then pop back in. You know, like that's how I feel about it, and I feel like that's how most people are. Oh, I wouldn't say most. Either like you're in it or you're gonna be like me, because I don't think anyone could hate this. I really don't. Well, I mean, if you're not into like slice of life and romance, you're like, oh, this stuff's gay. But like, yeah, whatever. But like, that's them.
Hey, they can suck a dick, bro.
That's their opinion. They can have it, right?
Those are the people not getting held.
Yeah.
Look, they're missing out, bro. There's not a better feeling in this world.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to convince me, right? Because like, I'm gonna continue it, but like, I'm just gonna say that like, I'm gonna continue it at my own pace, and I got other shows to watch. I mean, I'm not saying that it's bad. I'm not saying anything negative really about it, honestly, because it's phenomenal to me. Like it's a really good, funny, wholesome like slice of life. I just want to continue some other stuff first before I decide to go back into it.
Yeah, that's fair.
This is definitely not a series for me though that I would binge. I think that it's not that there's conflict. Yeah, there's just nothing really big to kind of keep me to continue, like pursue it, right?
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to go ahead and go to the spoiler alert. We have some continued shows that we want to talk about. First off, let's go into Burn the Witch. There was one episode that we continued, and we officially finished with...
Oh my god, I forgot completely about that.
Yeah.
But no, not the show
No,
itself.
just like going and talking about it, episode 3.
Yeah.
Because it's been, 2 weeks since we recorded last? Something like that?
Been a while.
Yeah, something like that.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
And who knows when episode 11's going to come out.
Right?
Yeah, it's with the technological issues, the holidays, as well as like people moving and stuff like that. Yeah, it's been a rough like little hiatus period for us. But anyway, get to it, man. Let's go. Who wants to go first with Burn the Witch?
It's not
Look,
fresh on my
man,
mind, but I don't mind talking about it.
Bro, I am a Balgos Park stan.
Balgo Parks is that motherfucker, dude. I just need to say that right now. Balgo Parks.
He really is that dude.
Hell yeah, dude.
He's a goddamn champion. Like in the first 2 episodes when you see him, you're just like, what the fuck is this guy about? Episode 3, you know what the motherfucker's about, and you're just like, I'm in. This guy, he's dope as fuck. And it's not like he's like he had like some like personality switch or like some super amazing move or anything. It was just him being him, and I'm just like, dude, I'm in.
Wait, Kenny, that did happen though, so don't discount it.
It did. But it was still cool as shit.
Yeah.
It wasn't like in a way to say like oh my god, like of course he would have this here, right? It was just really cool when it happened. Like it was like framed really well.
And his reaction to it and everyone else's reaction just made it even better. So we're not just talking vaguely about it. We're talking about the sword that appeared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
fucking pulled out the goddamn.
he was like, what is this?
So, for context, obviously for people, there's this big fight with dragons. People are about to be arrested. There's an execution order out for this man's, and like this dude is uselessly hanging on to scaffolding and like explosions and shit, right? And legendary fairy tale dragons are being summoned, and this boy Balgo's like, hey, I'll help when I can. I love you guys. And then all of a sudden, like in that little puny like bugle that he had in his hand, like this fucking sword just kind of comes out, and he's just like, what? And everyone else is like, what? And it's gold, dude. Now, on that same vein, Bruno Bankfi is that motherfucker. All right, cool. I just needed to say that as well. Bruno,
so
that dude, that guy is fucking cool as shit.
right. So do you remember how, when we watched the first 2 episodes, I think Ashton was just worried about how this episode would play out, right? The third one, because we kind of already met these Knights of the Round as characters.
Yeah, that was my concern.
That was Jazz.
That was Jazz.
Yeah.
Okay, Jazz. And man, they really just knocked it out, bro. Like, not only were your concerns alleviated, they fucking were just like, nah. We aren't just gonna alleviate you and pat you on the head. We're gonna fucking like put you on this goddamn pedestal, front row seat to this fucking insanity that's about to happen. And it was great. It was wonderful.
So,
the Balgo Sparks thing, the
Bruno,
just Bruno himself. Like, it was just like, oh, okay, I see where they're going with this, and I'm fucking in. Like, I'm pushed. Give me all of the content. You know what? Fuck Bleach. Give me Burn the Witch only. Right?
bro. So like you had Nini and Noelle. Noelle, like, she has climbed up on the waifu tier list, bro. Like she is. If I had to do like an all time, like she's in the S plus rank, bro. Like she's there. Like she's top tier, bro. And Bruno on the husbando list. Bruno's a unit. This motherfucker, he was doing ritual circles with spray paint in the sky and summoning a bunch of shit on this really badass dragon with this like skull mask on. Like, dude, the animation in this show alone was just fucking beautiful, man. And that episode 3 is just the climax of the movie. I honestly feel like Burn the Witch is just like a movie, like a really cool like OVA movie for this new second series coming up, right? And this is the climax of the movie, man, and it fucking delivered, bro. Like it makes these 3 episodes like, I mean, episode 1 made it worth it, but episode 3 like for damn sure made it all worth it, right? Damn, dude.
I want to say, like, when we recorded last and we talked about it, we had only seen the first 2 episodes and we were already on board, right? We had so many good things to say about it at that point. Dude, episode 3 knocks it out of the park. It blows that completely out of the water.
It completely eclipses episode 1 and 2, dude. Like the action, the storytelling, the world building of like just the little nuggets that they give, like it turns into just, I don't know, man. It's just pure eye candy. I think that's the best thing I can describe it for, man. It's just, you're just sitting there and you're just like, it doesn't even feel like 30 minutes has gone by, bro. Like you're just in this experience, you completely lose yourself into it, and then like the end of the episode happens, and you're just like, fuck, that was good. Fuck, that was good. That was great to watch.
Dude, so many things happen in episode 3 and like things you wouldn't expect, right? So going into episode 3 is when the top horn, you know, was confronting the 3, our trio, right? So obviously they're in a tough predicament. The plot twist here is Cinderella is summoned. All of a sudden, Top Horn is like, I have priorities.
Yeah, as much as I want to kill you and get the bounty and reputation for killing you, this thing is quite literally blowing up the entirety of, like, reverse London. I need to stop this. And it also shows you how cool of a character Bruno is, right? Because, like, Bruno, granted, as, like, flawed and twisted as he was, right? He has his priorities, and it shows you that, like, at the end of the day, like, he's there to do his fucking job. And, like, he was there to do his fucking job. This dude was...
And so, as the episode moved on, you know, so many, like, crazy things happened, but we're just going to go right straight to the end. How they defeated Cinderella was not what we were expecting. And then, in conclusion to the episode, they remove Balgo's wanted dead or alive because he's the one who's going to bring in all of the whatever they're called, like the top tier dragons, the mythical creatures that no one can get a hold of.
Yeah.
Like, Balgo is the key to that, and so it kind of erased that whole bounty that he had on him. This is the way that they went about this third episode, everything about it was insane, dude. Like,
not to mention, right? So they have like their little commissioner. He's this old, like hunched over, like 50-year-old dude with a biker handle mustache. Like this dude looks like straight up a fucking janitor, right? And you're like, how did this guy get this job, right? You learn in episode 3 why this motherfucker has this job. Because he's apparently like the son of some great dragon hunter, and you're like, what? Like they mention it slightly, right? And you're like, nah, there's no fucking. Well, then you're like, okay, they just further kind of alludes into like his whole persona, right? Because he knows that like he's a badass, right? But like he doesn't flaunt it, and he doesn't want the responsibilities attached to that, right? Because this dude, because how they end up defeating Cinderella is nobody defeats Cinderella like from the crew. Bruno doesn't. The trio doesn't. You know, the girl who summoned her didn't really defeat it. It was this motherfucker, the commissioner, this 40-year-old dude, like halfway across the fucking city with an index finger shot, and you're like, wait, what?
Frieza's death beam.
You like,
look, bro, he had a fucking spirit gun on here,
and he
said,
just,
aha.
bah. I got more enjoyment from that one finger bang than the entirety of Scientific Railgun.
Whoa.
The entirety of Scientific Railgun, bro.
Damn.
That's right. I said it.
No lies detected here. No lies detected here.
Just saying,
But
bro.
if you guys will indulge me,
I will.
there's something here that I wanna say. And I'm just gonna straight up read it from my notes, alright? Alright. Burn the Witch, man. Bro, this shit is fire. Give me 3 seasons and a movie ASAP. Inject this shit straight into my veins. Like, this show didn't fucking miss. This show didn't drop the ball. This show fucking rocks. Not only were all of our worries put to rest, but our hype was dumped gasoline and now burns harder than it was from the beginning. I want more content. I want posters. I want figurines. I want cosplays. Give me everything. Also, again, just to reiterate, day 1, Valgo Sparks stan.
Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Yeah, thank you guys here for coming to my TED Talk today. This show is great. I have nothing to add except I want more, right? There's still some intrigue left, right? There's that, I guess, I think it's a girl, right? With the black hat.
Mm-hmm.
That just she showed up once in the first episode, I think, and then again at the end of the third episode, and you're just like, who the fuck is this lady? Like, what's her deal?
She's one of the top horns.
I want her.
Yeah, she's one of the top horns, right? We know this, but like,
Right.
we want to see how she plays into it. Like,
yeah, like what? Like I want to know more about her. Like, why wasn't she at the horns meeting? And why is she here randomly? Why did she notice the little hole in the window where the dude did the fucking sniper shot? It was a goddamn sniper shot. Like he just like
one shot at this legendary dragon.
And
bro.
then like 3 seconds later, it showed 1,523 meters because it was a long shot and he got the achievement for it. It's a great show. I really love it. I hope it continues, and I want to see more.
Do you
from it.
like the absolute like beautiful thing, right? That I love about this, right? Is I like 3 things to say, right? So like towards the end, that like just really kind of just solidifies and seals episode 3 like for just being the hype train unit, absolute like beast of an anime, like 3 episodes, whatever this was, right? They finally like they allude back to the broken archway at the beginning, and like, oh, they finally fixed it, and it's like Soul Society West Branch, and I'm just like, I'm home, right? And then
Fucking
immediately
nailed
gets
it.
destroyed, and you're like, oh, lovely, right? And then this second, like really just like out of the 3, so the second point is it ends big title card, burn the witch, right? And then it turns red in certain areas, and it spells out bleach, and you're just like, they've had it in front of me this whole fucking time, the bastards, right? Like, he just like, right? And then finally, the last bit, right? I said it before in the last recording, but I don't know if it got saved because the whole technical issues that we had with it.
Oh, God,
it's like rediscovering Bleach for the first time, and it's like rediscovering one of those pivotal key animes in my life like all over again. It recaptured that sensation all on its own without being Bleach. And that's what I fucking loved about this show, bro. Like, I don't give a damn if they don't even reference Ichigo, Rukia, anybody. I would honestly like it if they didn't. Because it's its own thing. Let it be its own thing. It's fucking cooking. It's delivering. It doesn't need it. It literally proved in 3 short episodes we don't fucking need anything from that to make this show good.
Just little Easter eggs here and there that you're like, yeah, it's nice. I'm glad they did that, but it doesn't like add to the show. You know what I mean? And that's what all the other shows should be doing, right? Boruto, Yashihime, all these like continuation, like next gen
sequel series anime.
Yeah, basically, they should follow a formula much closer to Burn the Witch than what they are doing.
This movie came out, or this series came out swinging. It literally showed everyone that you can do this. You can do a sequel series right, and this is how you fucking do it. This is the blueprint. You guys are fucking idiots for not doing it this way. Like this, it's nuts. It's fucking nuts. Please watch it. Please
Great
watch
show.
it.
Only 3 episodes.
Only 3 episodes. You have no excuse not to watch it.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's 3 episodes. It's literally like an hour.
Fucking nuts. So one of the conversations we had like early on in this podcast was when we were like talking about like Haikyuu and God of High School, where sometimes there's too much action and not enough story building, and sometimes there's too much story building and not enough action, right? Where is that right mix? Burn the Witch has that right mix. And like it was like, hey, we're introducing you to the characters at the same time there's some bullshit going on. And it's just like, here's this, here's that, here's this. They were on it, bro. Whoever was like the conductor of this show killed it, right? It was like the pacing was great, the story building was great. It was really easy to get into. Like what's not to like?
I akin it to something like Doom. Like the recent Doom 2016. You pick the controller up, you're playing the fucking game. Like you get a gun, you fucking shoot people, and they're like no super hard tutorial. You're fucking jump and shoot, like you're in it, rip and tear. That's it. Jump and shoot. Literally, the whole fucking subtitle of that game is Doom, rip and tear. You don't need to explain Doom. It's fucking Doom. This anime quite literally is just like, we're in. Fucking get it. Like we know what we're doing. We're gonna hop right to it. Fuck this bullshit. We know why we're here. And it's cool. Please watch it.
Yeah, we should continue due to time.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm gonna continue. I'm continuing it. Yeah.
I'm continuing it, obviously.
Whenever we get more content for Bird and the Witch, I'm gonna be Jazz, and unlike Tonikawa, I will be the first person in line, like suffering from withdrawals, scratching my neck. Like, please give me Burn the Witch content, bro. I will be here on 2-Tap Anime episode 78. Like, where's the next where's the next episode? Like, what like next week 7 o'clock. I'm sitting here hitting F5 on my fucking Crunchyroll like premium page, like trying to get this new episode, right? Yeah. Okay. There's I continued. Let's see here. I continued Golden Kamuy. Did you guys continue anything else?
No. And real quick, I'm gonna have to step away real quick, but you guys continue.
I mean, we could pause real quick. Yeah, we'll pause and wait for you to get back.
It may take a while.
Oh, okay.
10-4.
Yeah.
10-4, buddy.
Yeah, so you guys continue without
So
me
just
here.
go ahead and cut that out then, Kenny. Or this little section right here.
Yeah.
All right. So, Jazz, I want to talk to you about Golden Kamuy. So we're eventually going to get an episode where you have to step out, and it's just going to be me and Kenny, because you and Kenny had a moment. Now you and I are having a moment, and now it's going to be...
Right, I just got to follow the pattern.
Then it's going to be me and Kenny, yeah. So, first off, let's see here.
I don't have much to say because I didn't watch it, but...
You didn't watch Golden Kamuy. But let me tell you about Golden Kamuy.
All right.
So Golden Kamuy, I am loving everything about this show because, Jazz, let me tell you, I don't think it's a show that you would like because it is dark. It is getting dark like as we go on, bro. It is nuts. So we talked about like MCs who run it down mid. I'm really sad that Kenny's not here. I'm gonna be sure to talk about this when he gets back, or Kenny's just gonna have to listen to this section when we edit. And Kenny, this is directly at you in the future. So hi, how you doing, Kenny? But this boy, the Immortal Sugimoto, runs it down mid. This dude, he doesn't know when to stop. This guy, I mean, that's why he's the Immortal Sugimoto. Like, he doesn't know when to quit. So first off, they had to take a slight detour from, like the end of episode 2 or so, because they were hunting more, tattoos, right? But they had to return back to the Ainu's village. They had to return to Sharipa's village, and they explored more into the chemistry of Asharipa and Sugimoto, and we learned a lot about the Ainu, like as a culture and as a group of people, because like we spend like an entire like episode or two like with them, and Sugimoto, like we see the softer side of him, and he's like, man, these people really care about Sharipa. Like, I would hate to like be the cause of her like on this journey to like be lost to them, right? So he, at one point makes the decision like, all right, well, I'm just gonna leave Sharipa. Like, I can't do this. Like, I don't want her to be like gone. So he like leaves and gets into a shit ton of trouble because of it. He starts asking for more questions about tattoo stuff. He never stopped his mission, right? And the army subplot continues to thicken, bro. Like, there's this crazy general who's missing half of his face, who's looking after it, and he catches up that Sugimoto's looking for it, and he has him tied at some like camp. And these two twins that were sent to go capture him, he beats the shit out of them, and he gets stopped by the police. Like, Sugimoto was gonna probably kill them in the street had his like general showed up and said, "All right, like, let's wrap this up, boys." And Sugimoto, the one pivotal moment that I really want to talk about. There's two like really crazy moments, right? So Sugimoto's being chased in the woods by like a division of army men, and this fucker dives into a hibernating bear's cave to send the bear out after them. Another moment is he's tied up and he's locked in this room, like after being tortured for a while for like where's the map, where's the tattoo maps and stuff that you've had, right? And these two twins come to kill him at night because they were like, you really gave us a number in the street. Like, we have an opportunity to kill you. We're gonna kill you. Fuck what the captain says. You embarrassed us in front of a bunch of people. We're not gonna let that happen, right? And Sugimoto's like, hey, remember how I said that I'm gonna put a mark so we can differentiate you twins? They're like, what? And he just like strapped to a chair, bro. He fights these two. Like, he flips the chair onto them. He slams people into a wall. He's being stabbed by one brother while he's beating the shit out of another. And he's like, I'm the Immortal Sugimoto. Try to kill me. And this dude is like just fucking nuts. And I love everything about it, man. It's violent. It is very violent. There's an old man with a katana and a shotgun that goes around killing people. There's, bears. There's this dude missing half of his face. During the bear attack, the bear kills an entire unit of people and then rips off the general's face. And the general is like left killing the bear, and then he dies. And it's violent. It's gory as hell. But like, they're chasing after this one piece, and I'm loving every minute of it, dude. Like, it's nuts. It really does take me back to Full Metal. And I can't wait. I can't wait to keep watching this, dude. It is just so good. But I have a strong feeling that you wouldn't like this.
It sounds like there's a lot going on.
Dude, it's nuts. There's subplots. There are people who are trying to take over the city. There are people chasing after the map who have reasons to take over the map. It's just nuts, man. It's wild. And they also added a new member to the crew. It's the escape artist.
Oh,
Sharif. Yeah, he joins the crew. It's great. She helps
from episode 2, that guy.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah, he shows up again and he helps Sharipa break Sugimoto out of prison and stuff. It's really cool, dude. I'm gonna be catching up to this. I'm binging the hell out of this anime because, like I said, the action's there. Sugimoto, he runs it down mid. The character interaction between him and Ainu, as well as now this new character, the escape artist, like all three of them were working really well. And not to mention, it's just, I don't know, dude. I feel terrible for saying this, but like, this show is super violent and I love it. But like, violent in different ways, bro. Like I said, there's the old general with he has like the like one of the Ash's like single shot like rifle, right? Like the the pump action kind of shit. The dude he dual wields that and a katana. So he's slinging, flipping the rifle around, cocking it, and shooting people with the other hand. And I'm just like, this is nuts. What is this dude? Like, this guy is like 70 years old killing people like this. It's great. For all you fans who love stuff like that, please watch it. It's good. It's the fruitions of this anime are definitely like just they're there. It's a good time. Did you continue any other anime?
Trying to think. No, the majority of what I watch is like.
What we've been watching.
Yeah, that's it.
So.
Like, I watched Fire Force, but we can't really talk about that on the podcast since
You know what we should probably do, Jazz? We should probably just. I've been wanting to do this for like shows like Fire Force or things that don't meet the criteria. We just do like a quick one-off episode like on YouTube, where we just talk about it. We can say what we want to say about it, and then just leave it for YouTube. And if anyone wants to hear that, then we'll
a
let
second
them.
OVA after our Snafu OVA.
Yeah. Honestly, we can do something like that. Second, speaking of, I Snafu. I'm gonna save it for the OVA. I am like.
There's a lot to talk about there, especially with the three of us.
I am 5 episodes away from finishing. This is fucking nuts.
You're in the thick of it, dude.
I am so glad that I am watching this show. Shout out to my boy Drake in the comments for telling me to continue the show.
Shout out
as
Drake.
well as you guys. So yeah, I guess we don't really need Kenny to do the drawing. We we have a new set of. I mean, he does. He already picked his shows. We already know what they are. We can read them out to you. We'll roll the dice and we'll get our episode rolling, bro.
Let's go ahead and do that. Unless if the shows that we pick, one of them is his, we'll need him to give his little brief explanation. But other than that, we're pretty much finished.
Yeah, we're pretty much sure to. Yeah. So I have my 2 shows. I have Jujutsu Kaisen as well as I'm Standing on a Million Lives. Let's see here. Jazz, your 2 shows are D4 DJ. Is that correct? Yeah.
Yes.
D4 DJ and With a Dog and Cat. Every Day is Fun. That looks like a very wholesome anime. Jesus Christ. Kenny has Rail Romanesque as well as One Room as his 2 episodes or his 2 animes for us to watch. So the order for those 6 that I read, it's going to be 2 for Jujutsu, 4 for Million Lives, 3 for D4 DJ. Jesus, that was a hard sentence to get out. 5 is With the Dog and Cat, 6 is Rail Romanesque, and 1 is One Room. So I'm going to go ahead and roll a dice. See which anime we get. We also, for you frequent flyers, we have if one of my shows gets picked, then the other show is automatically ineligible for the drawing, etc., etc. So let's do it.
It sounded like you're trying to do Wi-Fi password 34D4DJ.
Yeah, I love going to a friend's house, right? And like, oh hey, can I get the Wi-Fi password? Yeah, 3D4DJ lowercase c b exclamation point %mark. Okay, you know what? Yeah, I'm just gonna use data. I'm fine. I'm good.
It's all good, dude. It's good. I'm just using it.
Yeah. You know what?
T-Mobile's got me.
Yeah, I'm good. This episode's sponsored by T-Mobile. No, all right, so I'm gonna go ahead and roll this dice real quick, guys. Whoop. For the first one that we are going to be watching, oh my fucking god. We rolled 5 with the dog and cat. Every Day is Fun. All right, Jess, since you're here, buddy, what was your explanation for picking With the Dog and Cat Every Day is Fun, bro?
So let me tell you, I like dogs and cats. I saw this one clip. Crunchyroll, they don't upload a clip of like everything that they put out, obviously, because that's just too much content.
Yeah, that's way too much content.
But whenever we were in between simulcast seasons, right, the end of summer 2020 and the beginning of fall 2020, they just needed to like roll out some of the newer animes, right? Something kind of like a trailer, I guess, something to get people to know what it is. And when I watched that little trailer, that little sneak peek, it was only like maybe less than a minute. But it was such a hilarious clip, right? And I don't want to like get into too much detail, but both of the cat and the dog, they can communicate, right? Probably not through actually speaking, but the way that it's portrayed, they can communicate in the anime. And so, the long story short, the owner, right, shows up and is like, "Hey guys, how's it going?" And the dog's all happy, like, "Yeah, I love you. You're my owner. I live for you. Let's have wonderful times together." And then the cat is just like destroying everything and hates everyone. And I was just like, "This is hilarious."
All right. So, Kenny, I have talked about Golden Kamuy for a good hot minute. You're gonna have to go back and listen to that. Kenny has returned for you listeners, by the way. Kenny has returned, and I talked about Golden Kamuy. You're just gonna have to listen to the episode to find out what I said about it, man. But
I'm the one that edits the video,
exactly.
So of course I'm gonna hear
exactly.
it.
So just know that that's my opinion is there, and just know that Sugimoto runs it down, man, and he's a fucking god.
All right. Dope.
And we started the drawing. We rolled for the episode that we're going to be watching next week, and Jazz was finally picked for once. Actually, I think this is the first. Jazz was picked first for the first round. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Beep, 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 beep. Jazz was not left for his final picks to be picked in like the second to last drawing. So, yeah, it's with a dog and cat. Every day is fun. And then we're going to go ahead and roll for the next episode. Oh, man, they really want us to watch Dog and Cat because I rolled 5 again.
Nice.
I rolled D4 DJ, but Jazz is out of the running. Yeah, so I'm not joking. I'm rolling 5s and 3s nonstop. All right, we got number 6, Railgun Romanesque from Kenny's picks.
It's just Rail Romanesque.
Oh, it's just it's Railgun. Yeah, it's just, sorry, man. I was talking so much garbage about scientific railgun that it's just on the brain, dude. I'm sorry.
Give it to us, Kenny.
Awesome.
What
Give
made
it to
this
us. Why, yeah.
choice?
Let's talk about your picks, buddy. Let's talk.
All right. So, did you guys even list what all the 6 shows were?
We listed them.
All right. First of all, have you guys seen this fucking garbage ass lineup? It's garbage. All right. I don't give a fuck what anyone tells me. This shit looks like fucking cake, like poop cake. All right. This looks like dried poop on the side of an unwiped ass. All right.
You
Damn, bro. Bro,
No,
there was so much visual
because
there.
the only good shows, in my opinion, were that like vaguely interesting, were Jujutsu Kaisen and I'm Standing on a Million Lives. Not to say that those shows will be good. Not to say that I'm a big fan of those shows because I know nothing about them. They just look good. Everything else, other than the cat and dog one that we just picked, because I was gonna be like, I'm gonna throw that one in, but I knew Jazz was going to, so I was just like, fuck it, I'm gonna be good with that. Everything else looks like hot fucking garbage. Like Jesus Christ, get me out of here. Like,
yo,
so
2021 needs to hit real quick, bro, so we can get some new anime.
My decision to pick my 2 shows were just like, all right, how degen can I make it, right? And I feel like Rel Romanesque is gonna be pretty degen because I only saw girls on the cover. I don't have the poster pulled up right now, but I only saw girls, and so I'm just like, this is probably gonna be either pretty degen or pretty wholesome, you know, which you know, either way wouldn't really fucking bother me.
Oh.
And then the other one that I chose, right, One Room. When I was looking, sometimes I just like search for anime on my own to watch, and I read the description for it like on Crunchyroll, and I was just like, it's an interesting premise. I don't know if I'll actually like it, but we'll try it. We'll see. I'll force the boys to go down that road with me. So that's what that is.
So, interestingly enough, right?
Good luck.
I think this is weird, right? Because I don't know if this is normal.
It is.
But like,
it is not.
Well, I mean, the
If you have to
DJ route
question
for me, yeah. But like, I'm saying, like, with Crunchyroll, right? With a lot of these simulcasts that we've like looked at to pick for this drawing, there were like no descriptions for like a good chunk
true.
of them, and I was like, what the fuck, right? Because especially like last season or last simulcast season, we were like, they all had like objective like, you know, fucking bios that we could read off of. There was one that I wanted to pick, right? But I was like, it doesn't even have a bio. It has like 6 episodes and no bio. What is this, right? And it literally had one tag, ecchi, and that was it. Like, there was no other information that we could glean from this anime, right? Except for its title, the cover art, It had 6 episodes, and it had 1 tag, and it was ecchi. And I was like, all right, well, I mean,
Shit, that's
Jujutsu
all I
Kaisen and Million Lives, like, I need to pick those because those are obligatory. Jujutsu Kaisen looks like a fucking awesome, like, animation style. I've been seeing shit all over it on my Twitter page. I'm like, all right, well, this is getting picked no matter what.
I get nonstop clips of Jujutsu Kaisen.
Not to mention, okay, you guys won't care, but for me and my fellow JoJo fans out there, someone redid the Jujutsu Kaisen ending with all the JoJos, and it looked so fucking sick. And then I watched the original Jujutsu Kaisen ending, and I was like, yo, this ending's fucking awesome. It's so good. So, yeah, anyway. A spoiler alert for next week's episode. Well, no, not even next week's, because we're not watching Jujutsu Kaisen. I just have to wait another potential 2 weeks to watch Jujutsu Kaisen, which really hurts. Which really fucking hurts.
I hope both of your shows aren't picked so that they're both last.
Yeah, like,
not because I want them to be last, but because just to say fuck you.
I just have to legit have to, because I've already the moment Jujutsu Kaisen came out, right? I was just like, I want to watch this show so fucking bad, but we haven't had a drawing, right? And then we were also trying to save it for something else, and then I was like, fuck it, no, we're putting it on here, and now I'm gonna have to wait even more. I want to watch this. I want to watch this anime so bad. I'm just gonna fill my sorrows with more Immortal Sugimoto and Asharipa, beautiful content, as well as
Tonikawa, of course.
Not Tonikawa, fucking Dungeon, but yeah, Tonikawa was pretty dope too. All right, well.
Guys, you want to talk about Haikyuu?
Ooh.
It's great. You should watch it.
Haikyuu is pretty dope. Also, one of my biggest regrets is still to this day is for some reason saying Haikyuu when we recorded that episode.
It do be like that.
Just know that I feel regret, people.
This is character development. All right.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to end the episode.
Yeah.
Are we all satisfied? Is there anything else that we want to say about any of the shows that we continued or the shows that we just reviewed?
Thank you so much for stopping by.
Yeah. Definitely like and subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us wherever you see us.
Yeah.
Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google, wherever.
Wherever
follow us on Instagram. Follow us on Twitter. We got those.
We do?
Anime.
Yeah, we do. Send us a DM if you guys want to, if you have recommendations, or if you didn't like one of me and Kenny's hot takes, then you can go ahead and angrily DM us and say, oh my god, Railgun's the best anime ever. You should shut up and watch it. Please go right ahead, dude. I will gladly send you other Supreme animes to watch.
Superior animes.
I'll just flood them with nothing but JoJo's memes, and when they get upset that I'm reading their messages but not responding, I'll thrive off that.
All right, I'll say this for our commenters and anybody that does want to DM us. Recommend me some good slice of life, man. I need some slice of life or some shoujo fucking anime. Give me that shit. That's what I'm looking for right now. Mm-hmm. I watched the shoujo anime this past week. That shit hit super hard. So I want more of that.
Hell yeah.
This is a long outro. I'm gonna have to play the ending song twice.
That's fine.
just loop it. Just fucking loop the shit, bro. Jazz, if you could have a question that anyone would like to answer, what would it be?
Any question for the audience or you guys?
For the audience.
I know nothing about our audience. Tell me something about yourself.
Okay, that's a good homework.
That works.
That's a
honestly,
good homework.
I'll read the comment and then I'll mention it in the next episode. So there's something there for both of us.
Yeah, if you have a comment for Jazz and you want to send it to him and you don't want to do it on YouTube, you can send it through Twitter or Instagram and I'll forward it to him. I'm
allergic to weebs.
For me, it's either send me your best JoJo or VTuber meme. That's what I want you to do. Oh yeah, we lost Ashten to fucking VTubers and Hololive and all of that. Yeah, of course, dude.
You can send me cat pictures. I like those.
Cat pictures are dope. All right, thank you guys so much for watching this episode. Well, we'll see you next week. We'll be talking about dogs and cats as well as rail Romanesques. So, Jazz, Kenny, Ashten, these are your hosts. We're signing off. Thank you so much. Bye. We got girls to text. Peace out. All right, I'm gonna stop my recording. Stop your audio recording as well.
Oh yes, I need to do that.
And stop.